There we go. Alrighty. We are off. Okay. Big match today. We got hydraking and Phantom. Both of these runners have made some pretty incredible runs all throughout this tournament. Phantom started off in round 1. And actually, this is actually a rematch from winners round 1. Phantom and hydraking went up against each other, and Phantom ended up winning. Moved on to Slop Top and took a loss there. However, Phantom has gone into the loser's bracket, had a crazy close match with Reed, and since then has gone on to beat Derek and Stevie. 2 matches in a row, and both of these runners, Phantom and hydraking, have improved so much all throughout this tournament. hydraking, as I mentioned, lost to Phantom in that first round matchup, but has since made an incredible losers bracket run, all the way from losers round 1, beating TCB Trio, Manta Plant, Soaring Sloth, and unfortunately Slop That had to forfeit from the whole tournament, but has made it to losers round 5. And it should be an incredible match here today. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? What's up, Jared? What's up, Malix? Real quick, if anyone wants to, I'll go ahead and run a prediction. This is losers semifinals. Okay, hydraking and Phantom. There we go. Should have a good one here today. So if anyone has any channel points, feel free to predict. And I also have some good news. The emotes were finally approved. So we do have 4 emotes now, one of the animated ones. And then just these 3. Those 3 are kind of temporary. I'm going to end up getting some commissioned, but took Twitch like literally 2 or 3 weeks to like approve those, so that's cool. I'm doing good, Malix. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're in for a good one. Now, like I said, we are down to our final 4 competitors in this tournament. We have a match going on, I believe, this Friday night, which is going to be a big one. Castle versus Teddy, the winners finals matchup. And the loser of that winners finals matchup is going to play the winner of this match today. So the PBs, Phantom, I believe, has... I know he got a 127 versus Stevie. Yeah, okay, he has a 127-21. I think Phantom is... I think he's top 10. Yeah, he is. He's top 10. With hydraking, I know hydraking in the last match that I watched got a 129 and was able to beat, I believe it was Soaring Sloth. And it's not uploaded to the boards yet, but this is definitely going to be a close match today. Both of these runners have improved so much. Yeah, Hydra hasn't submitted a run yet. I know hydraking, when entering this tournament, had ran this game like a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I think in the because Hydra King's at 12 seed, I think in the form, hydraking put down a 138 for their PB, but getting a 129 in a race is kind of crazy. That's really good. Yeah, no problem, Jared. I always love to see the improvement for these speedrunners. Dude, that moment when I misspeak. Jared's Giants flooding the chat with a variety of really nice emotes. Some cleans, some club swags, Bowser please, club dance, just one Sag in the middle there for no reason. Club facts. Dude, this is literally me when I'm talking. So, both these runners, we are in a very close match here at the beginning. And, it should be fun watch, honestly. 1-1 is coming up, which is obviously an extremely important level in all of these matches, especially here on out for the rest of the tournament. We'll see what strats each of the last 4 runners here decide to go with in terms of going to the shop and getting items. We'll see. Would always say synonym as cinnamon. Nice. This is literally me when I am putting a nail in a piece of wood with a hammer. Nice. Is there a hammer bro emote? I don't know. I think we have a Koopa Troll emote. We have that. That's there. The doo-doo-doos are flying through the chat right now. I think this is, I think that's for Phantom. I think that's Phantom's emote. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well, having a good day. We are in 1-1 right now. Off the beginning. Both runners are in Bestovi's house. They're going to get the 3D flip ability. And then they'll be on their way to the grind section. Alright, both these runners are going to pick up 3 items here. A Shell Shock, Shroom Shake, and a Fire Burst. And all these items will be used later in the run. The Shroom Shake is just for heals. Shell Shock is for Room 89, and the Fire Burst will be in pre-Chapter 2. The next match will be this Friday at... let me look. This Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I will be restreaming and commentating that. Should be a lot of fun. That is Winners Finals. Castle versus Teddy. It's going to be probably the match of the tournament, potentially. It's huge. Because whoever wins that match will have a extreme advantage going into Grand Finals, so we'll see. Alrighty. Both these runners are still relatively tied, going through 1-1. And this next room right here is the all-important grind room. So you're going to see a bunch of squiglets here in 3D. Both these runners are going to attempt to chain jumps. hydraking gets a fast flower. Just chaining jumps here while not falling on the ground. and trying to get your level up as much as possible. It's looking pretty good so far for both of these runners. Oh, Phantom did fall off there, so he has 26k. The goal for, I think at the minimum, you want to get to at least like 25k, so 27k is actually not, it's definitely not ideal, but it's not bad. Phantom can come back from this. hydraking got a fast flower, which saved a lot of time at the end there. And it also had a crazy good grind of 39k, so that's a very good start. It could be. This could be on a Wii. It also could just be on the capture card. I'm not exactly sure what Hydra plays on. I know Phantom's on Wii U, like you said. But yeah, I think it's partially due to capture card stuff. Alrighty. So we're going into 1-2. So again, Phantom is at 27k, which isn't ideal. But usually we've seen runners get like 25, even 24k in this tournament, and then they don't have to worry about a soft lock. So I think we should be good. You'll see Phantom maybe collect an extra item, or an extra heal every now and then for a couple extra points. But yeah. Yeah, so Emulator is... I believe Emulator is definitely going to be... Oh, no! Oh, Phantom! Oh, wow. He actually almost made that, too, but he missed by, like, a couple frames, honestly. He was just trying to make that jump, but unfortunately just fell into the gap there. But he's all good. Hydraking's going up top, getting Cloud Coins. Likely going into... the 1-2 shop and getting a bunch of heals. Yeah, it hasn't been implemented yet. We're still working on a bunch of verification methods. Lots of stuff we gotta work around, but I'm definitely down to add it. And the vote was kind of conclusive that everyone else sort of wants it added as well. Yeah, I was wondering why hydraking had like the blue outline around Mario, but I guess Hydra must have used the turtley leaf there. Doing the 5-head play, love to see it. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, especially with this game, where the fastest way to play this game right now is on a Wii U, which, like, if you don't have a Wii U lying around from 2015, it's really difficult to get your hands on one, and it's gonna just get even worse as the years go by. Maybe not so much a Wii, but honestly, I think adding emulator will help a lot of people out and just get them into this game, even if they're just trying it out. Alright, so both these runners going into the shop. Phantom's getting a couple Shroom Shakes and a Fire Burst. We'll see what hydraking gets here. hydraking might be stocking up on a bunch of items, has a lot of coins to spend here. So we'll probably lose a little more time compared to Phantom's shop. However, probably won't have to worry about heals for most of the run. Alrighty, so both these runners are moving on to get Thoreau. Thoreau is the first of 3 pixels that we're going to get. Basically, you can use Thoreau to pick up any item or enemy that doesn't have a spike. And you can toss these items around the room, you can solve puzzles with them. Throw is going to be useful in certain parts of this run, specifically for the boomer throw right before the pit, and a couple other spots, just like here. We have to hit the switch to open the door again. But yeah, the most useful pixel that we're going to get is the second pixel in the run, which is in Chapter 2-1, so... Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think we have some good ideas. It's just going to be tough to implement because emulator opens the possibility of, you know, numerous different things. But I'm glad a majority of the community sort of agrees on the console emulator split because I think that helps a lot with the verification process. So, as you see on Phantom's screen, he's talking to Watch It right now. We have to talk to Old Man Watch It first before going to the green bridge guy. And then, now we can lower the green bridge. All of this sequence that you see here, getting Thoreau, talking to a bunch of people, this can all be skipped with a trick called green bridge skip. There's two methods of doing it with a life shroom jump. Basically, if you have a life shroom, you die in midair. There's one frame where you can flip or jump. It's a one-frame trick. It's pretty much you get it or you don't. We've seen, I think we've seen one runner go for it, Reed, and got it actually, not in this tournament, but before this tournament, which is really cool to see. So it's a really awesome trick. And then the other version is just called Green Bridge Skip. It's a really weird frame walk method. It's also extremely difficult, so... Probably not going to see it. I don't think we're going to see it for the rest of the tournament. Maybe in Grand Finals. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, so Phantom is out of 1-2. hydraking is just finishing up. Phantom entering 1-3 here. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in 1-3. The first thing we're going to see is a little bit of a miniature grind here, which is definitely going to help out Phantom in terms of points. Going to collect 3 items here, one of which being a fast flower. The fast flower will triple the amount of points that you get from killing any enemy. So it's a good way to stack up on points really, really quickly. You can also get a lot of coins from this grind as well. Phantom's up to 42k. So he's looking okay. I think he should be good. The main thing that he's worried about is soft locking. Basically, in room 19 and room 25. Those are 2 rooms that, if you're not at 60k level, you will soft lock. Well, in room 19, you have a 20% chance of soft locking. Room 25, you will absolutely soft lock. Because there's only one enemy in that room, but yeah. Hopefully we will not see it during this tournament. I don't think we have, actually. I know we saw it before the tournament, but not during, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, Phantom improved a lot. Both these runners have improved a lot. Phantom and hydraking have just pretty much ran through the entire losers bracket. I mentioned this earlier. This is actually a rematch of the winners round 1 matchup. I'll actually put the bracket in chat if anyone wants to take a look, but that is the bracket. So Phantom and hydraking played off the rip in winners round 1, and Phantom was able to take it. However, hydraking has just made a phenomenal losers bracket run and has made it all the way here. And Phantom went on to the next round, lost to Slop Top. However, has made a run, pretty much a run of his own. So this is really cool to see improvement from these 2 new runners. We've seen this a lot. I think it's my favorite part about the tournaments. You always get a decent amount of runners who, you know, put in a lot of time to getting better in this category, and it really does show throughout their tournament performances. Both runners finishing up the chunks fight. Phantom's going for Ice Turbo Skip. Just going to wait for the height of that Turbo's animation. Very nicely done. Phantom is going to go for the blue pedestal skip. Basically right here, he's going to take a nice alignment for this platform and gets a first try. Very nice. So there's a little, really tiny ledge that you can jump on there. And by continuing to hold up, you can flip while you're right under the star block. And it's a very nice time save. Skips that whole cutscene. We're going to see hydraking going for it as well. Yeah, I think that's my favorite part to see out of both of these runners is the improved early game. You know, Phantom started running this game a little before the tournament. Started running pit percent. And then hydraking came back to this game for the tournament. And they are both pulling off some crazy impressive tricks. Not just in the pit, but actually early game. Doing things like, you know, blue pedestal skip, ice turbo skip, key early. Which is the trick in this level, right here. We'll see if... I know Phantom goes for it. I think hydraking is going to go for it as well. But yeah, key early is the main time save trick here in 1-4. If you get it perfectly, you can save like 20 seconds, which is huge for this early on. So yeah, this room right here, you're going to see Phantom duck jumping, trying to corner clip, and not fall out of bounds, but sort of land back on the quicksand. There we go. Very nice. Gets that clip. Going to maneuver to this wall and jump while being inside of it. Oh, wow, that's tough. That's unfortunate. So he had the seam there, but unfortunately, like, sometimes the game does this where you'll just hit your head on those brown blocks there. Instead of, normally when you jump, as you see there, you're supposed to, like, sort of clip out of bounds and then go back inbounds. It's usually that's what happens, but sometimes if you're too close to being inbounds, you'll just smack your head on the brown blocks there, which is unfortunate. hydraking does get key early. I think a little bit quicker than Phantom, but still Phantom has a very nice lead in 1-4 here. That's tough. It's the main trick in 1-4. The rest of this level is really just entering a room, completing whatever puzzles needed, and then moving on. Yeah, it's a difficult trick. It's really tough to master. Alrighty, so both these runners are finishing up 1-4 and going into the final room, which contains the boss. Fractale will be the second of 3 boss fights we see in this run. We're going to see a carbon copy of Fractale at the end of the pit as well. Oh, once again, for those of you who weren't here, we mentioned earlier... Okay, the predictions aren't good. But our emotes did get accepted. So we have 4 emotes right now. 1 animated emote. The Wacka emote there. I'm going to end up commissioning emotes. If you want to subscribe, you absolutely can. I figured I'd add some because we do have a couple people subbed. So definitely wanted there to be something, but obviously no need to. Alrighty. So both these runners starting off the Fractal fight. At the very beginning, there's pretty much a 40-second cutscene that we just have to watch play out. The main goal here is just to not have to watch that cutscene ever again, pretty much. We only see it one time, hopefully. And then by jumping on Fractal's tail back onto his head, we can skip it 2 times. Alrighty. So Phantom is on Fractal right now, just waiting for these little enemies to spawn, and then tossing them up to the antenna. Every cycle, the antenna needs to be hit 3 times. Phantom's actually lining up for the flip here. He's going to go for it. And he almost gets it. But yeah, there is a flip that you can do there. You'll see hydraking just do the jump. However, getting the flip will save a lot of time. So we'll see if Phantom can get it here. Second try, lines up for it again. Ooh, almost. It was really close both times. It's a really, really precise trick. But basically what Phantom's trying to do by flipping 2 times there is end up being close enough to the antenna where you can just jump on top and not have to grab any of the enemies. But still a really solid fight by Phantom, and hydraking will be finishing up right here. Definitely saved a little bit of time on Phantom. So yeah, we do have a close match here. Alrighty, so we're finishing up Chapter 1 here. We're going to be going into the Enter 2 segment, which includes a lot of backtracking, but we're getting closer and closer to the pit. That's really cool to hear, Trickster. I appreciate it. I'm glad a lot of people like that video. I think we've had a lot of new community involvement since we put that video out over a year ago now. So it's really cool to see. Obviously, you know, the 90% run is a little long. It is, you know, 4 hours, but even if you're just hanging around watching or just lurking in the Discord, I think it's cool just to have more people involved with the game. That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad. We put we put a lot of time in that, so I'm glad it did pay off. So I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Like to start speedrunning, that's cool. Yeah, there's tons of different if you guys, I assume you are, but if you aren't already, this is the link to the SPM Discord if you're not in it. But we have plenty of different resources there and on our speedrun.com page for learning this game. Myself, Flash, Castle, and Zach have all talked about putting together like a really, really super updated any percent guide, like a video tutorial. So I think we'll be doing that probably sometime in the winter, which should be pretty cool. Hopefully that also gets some more people interested in the game. Yeah, there are really good resources for learning this game as well. I think Phantom wants to make a pit percent tutorial, which is also really cool. And I encourage any runners that want to do that, absolutely. If you ever have the chance to make any type of tutorial, if you're like really good at a trick, you definitely should, because it'll help out a lot of people. Because even me, I've been around for a long time and I'm still learning new stuff about this game to this day, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, if you want to play SPM and you don't have like 4 hours in one sitting, I think pit percent is perfect. It's about like, your first run's probably going to be an hour, 40 minutes long, and from there you can push it down to, 127. It'll just get faster from there. So it's definitely the good starter category if you don't want to go through the whole any percent route. That's good. I'm glad it helped him, Alex. Yeah, I think, honestly, from I remember when I first started running SPM, and there was like I was one of like 2 or 3 runners, and there was just nothing. Yeah, basically, if you wanted to run the game, you had to watch the world record and just figure it out from there. But Flash's video guide pretty much changed the whole game for me. So since then, I think honestly, since Flash joined, the community has gotten really, really good at keeping things documented and um, putting out videos for strategies and stuff like that. Yeah, this is pit percent. So basically, this run, we're going to be going into chapter 2 at the very start, and then immediately we're going to use the return pipe as soon as we get Boomer, um, and we will go straight into the pit. Basically, the whole goal of this run is just beating the entire pit of 100 trials, flip side pit of 100 trials as fast as possible. So yeah, both these runners are in the Enter 2 segment. Basically, in between every single chapter, in between like chapter 1, chapter 2, in between 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, there's always like a little tiny segment where you're having to do a lot of backtracking and completing a bunch of side quest stuff. So that's what's going on here. And right now, Merlin and this Flipside resident have spotted a girl who fell from the sky into Flipside. And instead of going to help her out, we're actually going to go cook food. We're cooking a spicy soup. And essentially, just based on prior knowledge, we know the girl that fell into Flipside is Peach, and to wake her up, we need a spicy soup. So we're just doing this first before starting that cutscene to save time. Yeah, it's tough. I came back this summer to any percent, and I think I'm definitely interested in coming back. I needed a long break from it, but I don't think I'll be back until like a bunch of other life stuff for me is figured out. But I'll definitely run it again one day. It's a lot. I don't um like when I used to run the game back when I was in high school, I had a lot of extra time. Um, but I just don't have that time anymore. Yeah, school makes it tough for a lot of people as well. We definitely see Our activity spikes usually come in the summer as well as like the winter, a little bit in the spring as well. Alrighty, so Phantom and hydraking are in the final cutscene of the Enter 2 segment. Basically, we're going to get Peach added into our party. Peach is a cool character. Unfortunately, she's only going to be used like 2 times in this run. Mario is generally like the faster character to use all throughout the pit. But Peach does have really cool abilities. She can float over gaps with her parasol, which we'll see in 2-1 and in the final boss fight, likely. And then she also, if you hold down, you can duck with the parasol, and it'll make you pretty much invincible for a short amount of time. Alrighty, so both these runners are on their way to the Chapter 2 Pure Heart Pillar, which is just down this pipe. Something that's interesting to note, we can technically enter the pit as of this point right now. In this room that you see Phantom in, if we didn't flip in the middle and we continued on all the way to the left side, we can corner clip into a pipe. We can just corner clip through blocks and enter a pipe, and we would be able to enter the pit right now. However, we do not have Boomer, which is going to be the most important pixel to have for this run. Boomer will allow us to avoid so many soft lock areas, a high number in fact, that it's just better to take the time and go get Boomer. Pit has been completed without Boomer before, however it's very luck dependent. Like, this run would get crazy if we didn't have Boomer. Yeah, I totally understand that, Malix. I mean, I definitely want to continue running the game, but I don't know. It's tough to find the motivation and the time, especially with longer runs and stuff like that. I do think Pit is like the perfect length, though. Like, I have considered playing Pit, but I do just generally have a lot of stuff going on right now. Plus, honestly, I enjoy commentating these matches way more. I think it's a lot of fun. So Phantom is heading into 2-1. hydraking is right behind. It's barely like a 10-second difference here, which is pretty cool to see. Alright, so both these runners are making their way through 2-1. Basically, the main goal is to go and get Boomer, and then use the return pipe and head to the pit. I don't actually know, Malix. That is a good question, because hypothetically you can get like the perfect RNG and potentially save time, but as of right now, I know it's not worth going for. Maybe one of the runners will end up doing it one day, I don't know. It could be interesting. Also, Phantom's doing a neat little trick here. Going into 3D, just manipulating the 3D position. And then getting into that pipe. There's also a Goomba jump, which we'll see hydraking go for. Oh, unfortunately didn't get it. We're gonna wait for the second Goomba. Unfortunately, it wasn't high enough. Looks like hydraking is going all the way to the end here with Peach. Unfortunately, I don't think hydraking remembered about the 3D manipulation, but that's okay. Alrighty, so we are making our way through 2-1. Hydraking is a little bit further behind, but Phantom only has about like a one or two room lead here. So Phantom is going down the pipe to go talk to Boomer. And then as soon as Phantom gets Boomer, he will use the return pipe and head to the pit. There is actually a trick here in this level for any percent called Boomer Skip. However, doing it in this category would lose time by... It's slower by 1 second, I think. And we'd also wouldn't have the shell shock for Room 89. So yeah, Phantom is talking to Boomer, and then he'll be on his way into the pit. Alrighty. So it is pit time indeed. So Phantom's going to be heading to the pit and will attempt the Boomer throw. Same with hydraking. Basically, they're going to place Boomer down right before the pit and grab it with throw, toss it up on a ledge to hit the switch. Alrighty, we are into the pit. So Phantom actually gets a first key. Little couple things about the pit. Phantom did struggle with that throw a little bit. However, Hydra gets it, I believe, first try. Very nice. So both runners are in the pit. Phantom's going to be having a one-room lead here. So, again, a couple things. Basically, each room, there's one enemy that holds the key. It's just, the goal of this category is to find the key as fast as you can and leave each room as quickly as possible. And there's a lot of RNG involved. Obviously, which enemy has the key is RNG. You know, any item drops you get are RNG. The entry and exit door locations can be RNG, however, they have common locations. The enemy locations are also RNG. Really, the main thing that stays the same is room layout. So every time you enter room 2 or room 3, it's always going to have the exact same layout. So you could technically memorize every single room's layout, and it would help a lot. Phantom gets a nice key here in room 5. So a couple things about the first 10 rooms. The enemies here are very basic, very easy to kill, usually 1 or 2 hits. The doors are randomized. Yeah, they have random locations. Entry door and exit door locations. Some rooms have like really, really common locations. But yeah. So it's still random at the end of the day. If they both... Okay, so if one runner dies and the other run finishes, then the runner who finishes will win this match. If they both die, then we'll schedule a rematch. So we have had to do that a couple times, I think, in tournament past. Not this tournament, but a couple older tournaments. Alrighty, yeah, it looks like we have seen Hydra catch up a little bit. I'll do a quick room check here. I believe Phantom is going into room 12. Hydra is heading into room 11, so we're going to see about a 1-room difference. Hydra does get a flim spawn. Every 10 rooms, you're going to see a room with a chest. It just has a catch card in it. We're not going to collect it for the sake of this run. However, you can sometimes have a flim spawn, and any flim spawn after room 30 can be incredibly useful. Before room 30, he really doesn't sell any important items, so it's not worth checking him until like later in the run, if you get one. So hydraking is in room 12, Phantom is in room 13. Something important to note, Phantom's level is at 55k. He ideally wants to be at 60k before going into room 19. That is the ideal point. So because of the low leveling right now, he actually can't jump on these enemies right here. He has to use Boomer on all of them. And then the Schlurps there, you sort of have to feed Boomer to them. It can lose a little bit of time. As you can see, hydraking, however, can just jump on those enemies, which can be much less tedious. Phantom does get a very nice key early on. He's going to opt to kill these enemies, though. That's a good decision. He definitely needs the level. So there is a 20% chance that if Phantom's not at 60k, he could potentially soft lock in room 19. And then he absolutely needs to be at 60k for room 25, like without a doubt. Okay, I think it's looking good. I think Phantom should be okay. Should level up before room 19. So whoever wins this match will move on to the losers final. And we have a winners final matchup going on this Friday. So the winner of this match, whether it's hydraking or Phantom, will go on to play the loser of the match this Friday. The loser of Castle versus Teddy. So we currently have 4 competitors remaining. We'll be down to 3 after this match. Yeah, Castle versus Teddy this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be a really, really fun match. I have no idea who's going to win. Both runners are absolutely deserving of a win there. They're incredibly talented at this game. Okay, Phantom does get 60k and he doesn't get the coup patrol. So he is good to go. A little bit of a close call there, but absolutely good to go. Doesn't have to worry about the level anymore. He's still a little bit under-leveled, but it should be okay. Okay, this room 21 right here, he's gonna use an extra fire burst on these enemies. Basically, these enemies take 2 hits with Boomer to kill them. He's gonna try to do the jump, and he does get it. Very nice. So you can actually, it's some really cool tech there that we saw. You can actually line up in the center of one of the blocks there, and you can actually jump in between the platforms and maneuver yourself up one level when you're not meant to be there, which is really, really cool. Normally you wouldn't be able to see that, you'd have to go all the way around, but it's a pretty cool trick. Hydraking is down to 3 HP, the next level up is at 90k. Probably is gonna end up using a heal. Won't be too big of a deal. Yeah, hydraking has plenty of heals available. Same with plenty of fire bursts. I'll do a quick rune check. It seems like Phantom has taken a bit of a nice lead here in the 20s. Yeah, Phantom is on 24. Hydraking's heading into 22 right now. But again, with the amount of RNG that's in the pit, it's still anyone's match. Okay, so this room 25, which Phantom is on, this is the soft lock room. You have to be at 60k to kill this enemy. Hydraking down to 2 HP there, but thankfully we'll just use the heal. It should be good. Shouldn't have to use a heal, and we'll get the level up here in a couple rooms. Phantom is on the first Daisy room right here. These daisies are really, really annoying. They have incredibly irritating projectiles. Thankfully, Phantom got really decent RNG there. So Phantom is taking a little bit of a lead compared to Hydraking. Do another quick room check. Room 28 and room 25. So about a 3-room lead here. So Phantom having a really good 20s right now. So unfortunately, Phantom is going to have to take this pipe here. Same with hydraking, actually. But Phantom's door spawn was on the top right, and the only way to get up here is with the pipe, which can be a little irritating. Alright, hydraking is on room 27. Phantom is heading into room 31. This is the Tyloid room. Any Tyloid room can sometimes take a while. However, Phantom gets good RNG, so you won't have to worry about it here. But Tyloids will continue to get more difficult to kill the further you go into the run. These Elongators are a pretty weird enemy. They stick their necks out at you. So there's 2 Elongator rooms in the run, and especially the later one can take up a lot of time. Same with this one as well, but thankfully Phantom gets a pretty decent key there. Another really good key for Phantom, wow. I'll do another room check. 31 for hydraking, 34 for Phantom. Has there ever been an 80% tournament? No, it's definitely been considered, but Unfortunately, with the length of any percent, I'm not sure if it'll ever happen. At least not in, like, a large scale like this. Like, we had, 14 competitors, winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. With any percent, it would be a lot more to restream. So I'm not totally sure if it'll happen or not. It would be a lot of fun, though, for sure. Unfortunately, hydraking got hit by that slow Cursia there, which means hydraking will be walking very slowly for a little bit. It's unfortunate. That could actually be a pretty decent time loss. Any Cursia that you can get hit with is likely very annoying. All the curses are really bad. Thankfully, the flip side Cursia is not in the pit, so we don't have to worry about that. I think it is in the flop side pit, which is a pain. Phantom is in the Ninja room right now. Does end up getting the key. The Ninjas, there's a 50-50 chance that they just won't die and they'll turn into a bomb every time you hit them, which can be very irritating. And it can lose you a lot of time. And it actually allowed hydraking to catch up a little bit. So we'll see if that helps out. Yeah, hydraking's only going to be like a room behind now, I think. As Phantom is in 38. Magic Koopa room. Magic Koopa projectiles are insanely huge. And they are really, really irritating. It's easy to get hit by them. Thankfully, Phantom had a very good key there. We'll do another room check. So Phantom's on 39. We'll see the exact room that hydraking is on here. 38, yeah. So one room apart here. Phantom is still working towards getting the 90k level up, while hydraking is on his way to the 120k level up. Alright, so room 41 here for Phantom. This is the first Clubba room. Room 39 for hydraking. Still a pretty close match. The Clubba room here that Phantom is on can take a while. Any Clubba room really can take a lot of time, depending on how it goes. Clubbas are really, really irritating to kill, unless you have them trapped under a low ceiling, and they're facing away from you. Other than that, they can be really, really difficult. Hydraking's going to use this heal here and talk to Flim, see if he can get a useful pickup. He does, gets the Ice Storm. Very, very nice. The only other... That Ice Storm will likely be used in room 98 later in the run. You need an Ice Storm or a Thunder Rage for that room. However, Flim still might be useful if he ends up having a Mighty Tonic. That's really the main item that these runners are looking for as well. So hydraking gets a first key here in this Poke room. And I think we'll actually be on the same exact floor for, even if it's for like a very short amount of time, yeah, same exact room as Phantom. Phantom, however, is leaving 43, so hydraking is caught up a lot. Phantom is in 44. hydraking still working on the Koopa Striker room here. Does get the key. And looks like Phantom and hydraking once again will be in the same room. Phantom does find the key, however. Hydraking could save a lot of time if he gets a first or second key here. Unfortunately, does not. Phantom will move on to the next room. Some more Tyloids. Gets a first key in this Tyloid room. That is huge for Phantom. These Tyloid rooms can take a long time. So that is extremely ideal for Phantom. Especially this room in particular can take a while. Phantom with another nice key there. Yeah, this room is huge. Unfortunately, hydraking did not get... it wasn't really a bad key, but also wasn't really a good key. Phantom with a Peachy Peach drop there, that's very helpful. Long Last Shake, not as helpful. It's sort of a last resort healing item, because it takes a long time for the animation to spawn in. Okay, 48 here for Phantom. This is another really crazy room. Bunch of Magic Koopas, a bunch of Clubbas. Gets a first key here. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty good for Phantom. So he will be out of the next Clubba room here. Heading into 49. A bunch of Squogs here. And gets a second try key. This is a really nice run for Phantom so far. I'll take a look at his splits to see where he's at. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's ahead of... well, I can't really tell what his splits are. I think he's... I think he's a minute 30 behind his PB, but still, this is a pretty solid run to have in a tournament. So, 51 Phantom is going to kick this shell right here. And that shell will be on the bottom floor and just do a bunch of damage to those enemies down there. And eventually will give Phantom enough points for a level up. Almost. So it's a nice mini point grind. Yeah, speaking of points, there is like a major difference. hydraking is at 120k. It really comes down to... That's just how the 1-1 grind went. Also, hydraking got... another like a miniature point grind there with the enemies. So points are looking great for hydraking right now, and not so great for Phantom. So he will have to work through that. But he does have a good lead here. So hydraking is on 51. Gonna kick one of these shells as well. hydraking is down to 4 HP. The next level up is 160, so I'll probably have to use a heal here in the next couple of rooms, but he has plenty of heals. 52 for hydraking, 54 for Phantom. 54 has Clubbas and Dry Bones. Dry Bones are pretty easy to kill, but they're a little slow. Just you have to hit them with Boomer twice, but they really don't do anything. So the Clubbas there, the Clubbas that are under low ceilings are actually faster to kill than the Dry Bones in that room. But obviously Clubbas are just really irritating to deal with in general. Yeah, hydraking is going to heal for this room because these Clubbas do 3 damage. So it's definitely not worth taking a risk there. Alrighty. So Phantom is on 56. Hydra is on 56 as well. I haven't even noticed. Okay, so yeah, this is Dark Booze. Essentially, Dark Booze will fly towards you in 3D and then spawn next to you in 2D. Hydra got a Heal Mango right there. Is going to pick it up. It's a nice heal to have. Hydra's looking really good on points and really good on heals. Phantom gets the key here. Hydra also gets the key here. However, yeah, Phantom's going to be out by like a second, but they are just literally like a second or two apart. On 57 here, some Ice Cherbils as well as some Sproings. Unfortunately, Hydra got frozen there, but does get the key, and he's going to be out and takes the lead. That is crazy. Look at that. So Phantom will still be working on this room here, as hydraking will move into the Amazing Daisy room. This is a room that can take a while, waste a lot of your time easily. There is one enemy in here called the Amazing Daisy that if you get hit by its projectile, it'll do 10 damage to you. And if it has the key, it's a little difficult to kill. So this is a make or break room here as well. It's not looking too good for hydraking. Phantom is... okay, there we go. Oh, he's going to use the catch card. Does this work? Oh, it looks like hydraking has the... nah, it didn't work. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he has the Amazing Daisy key here. That is tough. Which, Phantom has like one more enemy to kill here, I think. Oh, he does it. Wow. That's so good for Phantom. That is crazy. Even though that's like a second to last key, it's so much better than having to worry about this this enemy that Hydraking's worrying about right now. This is kind of crazy. So Phantom is on the next room here. Dealing with Magiblots. Oh, hydraking must have got hit by that projectile. That does 10 damage, which is not good. Some runners, you'll see their strat is to actually switch to throw here and pick up the Amazing Daisy. However, that boomer strat works very nice. But that is a fortunate time loss for hydraking. Phantom almost got Amazing Daisy there as well, but thankfully that last Daisy clutched up and had the key. Phantom is in room 61. Not much of a lead for Phantom there. Gonna be about like a 2-room lead. We'll see how this room goes for Phantom, or excuse me, for Hydra. Okay, Hydra does get the key. He will be out heading into 61 here. So Phantom is 1 room ahead right now. Working on a couple of these Dull Bones and Dark Booze. Hydraking get a heal up. Talk to Flim, see if he can get a Mighty Tonic. Does not have one, unfortunately. Phantom has still not found the key. Is this, oh, of course, it was just 1 Dark Boo. That's unfortunate. That's really tough. Hydraking gets a first key here. He'll only be a room behind now, actually. As Phantom is moving into another Clubba room. Clubba's and Boomerang Bros. This room is painful, to say the least. This room can easily take a while. Ice Storm drop for Phantom, that's good. That's actually really good. So both runners have their 98 items. Oh, Phantom! Okay, he's gonna have to heal here. Absolutely. He has plenty of heals, so he's good. Just both enemies in this room will do 3 damage to you, so it can be pretty dangerous. But thankfully, Phantom does get the key, and he is out. I think Hydra is entering this Clubba room, so we are still 1 room apart. Oh, and Hydraking gets a first key in this room. That's huge. That could easily catch him up here. Yeah, he's going to be in the same room. However, Phantom gets a first key in the Tyloid room there. No, I didn't see that, Teddy. You should clip it. So Phantom's in 65. 65 is a pretty easy room. These enemies can just be generally annoying. But there's really only 2 main enemies to kill here. So both runners in the same room. Hydra does get a first key, however Phantom will be out before Hydra. But they'll still be in the same room here. This is very, very close. Phantom is down to 4 HP, does get a second key here, which is pretty nice, and does get to the door, so he'll be out first. Yeah, this race is intense. This is going either way. I have no idea which way this is going to go, but this is anyone's match so far. So another elongator room. Phantom is down to 3 HP. I don't know how much damage these enemies do. Well, that was nice, actually. That was like a little bit of a grind there for Phantom. He needs 160k for the next level up, so he's ideally going to want to use a heal. However, he's getting a last key in this room, which is going to lose him a little bit of time, I think. Yeah, I think hydraking is on the same room now. So we'll see if hydraking can catch up by having a good elongator room here. Okay, yeah. Phantom, 1 room ahead right now, definitely gonna heal. Unfortunately, hydraking not having a good elongator room. I think this is also a last key. So that is unfortunate. Phantom is on the Koopa Striker room right here, where these enemies will pretty much destroy themselves here, which makes this room really, really easy to deal with. However, those shells do 5 damage, and he's going to have to heal again. He's a little close to a level up. hydraking is down to 5 HP. Having to dodge these Hammer Bro attacks here, which is pretty crazy. He does get a Fire Burst in the key. He doesn't pick up the Fire Burst. Probably doesn't need it. Yeah, 2 last keys in that room. That is tough. Okay, yeah, he is definitely going to need to heal here. These shells do 5 damage, so that would be the run if he got hit. Alrighty, so Phantom is on 71 right now, and Hydra is about to enter 71. So they'll be on the same room. Phantom has the key, however, heading to the door. We'll see how this room goes for Hydra. It does take a little bit of damage there. Down to 6 HP. This is very, very close. So Phantom is just 1 room ahead now. Though unfortunately didn't get a first key there, so he's going to have to place Boomer. Kill that enemy. Does get the level up, which is much needed for Phantom. Hydra is very close to a 200k level up as well. Unfortunately had a last key. Both runners are getting actually really similar RNG. They're having, both runners are having the same great RNG rooms and the same bad RNG rooms. They just got like 2 similar last keys in a row there. Phantom is going to be out of the Cursia room here. What's up, Gummy? Yeah, that is something to mention. Like, again, Phantom, because of the grind and because of how this pit's going, is just a little low on leveling. So hydraking is going to be at 200k here, which is sort of probably the average. He will level up relatively soon. Phantom does get the key, and he will be out of this room. We'll do a quick room check again. Phantom is on the Rough Puff room, 75. Hydra is one room behind, 74. Phantom taking a lot of damage here. These Rough Puffs, their projectiles do 4 damage. However, their body will only deal 2 damage, so it's actually ideal to just take damage from their body so you can get iframes and do a couple damage boosts. It's an unfortunate key there for Phantom. We'll see if hydraking can capitalize here in this room. Can save a little bit of time here. However, it's not looking like it. Similar RNG once again for both these runners. Wow, yeah, this is really tough. Alright, so they are on the same room right now. However, Phantom does get the key. Hydra gets a first key. So this is really, really close now. Hydra is just finding, or trying to find the door, rather. I think it's on the top left here. Yeah, so should be good. Phantom gets a head start on 77, but they are both going to be in the same room. That is huge for hydraking right there. Phantom is in the Magiblot room right here. Deal with Magiblots and some Squogs. Oof. Taking a little bit of damage there. Hydraking gets the key, and he's going to take the lead. That is insane. Unfortunately, Phantom had a Squog key. He's not going to be too far behind. He's going to enter 78. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Hydraking. He's got to go all the way up to the top left there to get to that door. While Phantom gets a really nice spawn here. And if he goes fast enough, he can actually potentially leave this room before hydraking. No, it does not, but it's still relatively close. Unfortunately, that key falling through the floor lost Hydra a little bit of time. However, this room is going to go really well for Hydra, because being at the 200k level up will insta-kill these enemies and does get a first key on that boomer hit there. Unfortunately, we'll have to go all the way around to get to the door. Phantom needs to do 2 hits with Boomer to kill these enemies. However, they're both going to be out at the same time. That's unfortunate door RNG for Hydra there. Did lose him a little bit of time. This race is tied. We are in the final 20. It is neck and neck. It's anyone's match. It is literally anybody's match. Phantom is down to 4 HP. We're in some Tyloid room right here. He's going to use a Shroom Shake, which is honestly a good call. Hydra does get the key here from one of the Tyloids, and will be out. So he will take a little bit of a lead and is meshed in between a couple of enemies there. Phantom gets the key as well. Door's on the top floor, so he'll be not too far behind. A nice key there for Hydraking, wow, in that Magiblot room. That's really nice. Yeah, it's a good decision that he healed there. He would have died, like Teddy said. Okay, 83 is not too bad, but he gets another first key. That's insane. That is looking really good. 84 is a big one. If hydraking can get a Spanda key here in 84, that's huge. That is so huge. That is absolutely ideal. These Schlurps can take a lot of time. They take 2... You have to feed Boomer to them 2 times. Hoping for this Spanda key right here. Hydraking is going to be in the same room here coming up. Unfortunately, he's unable to kill this last Spania. Oh, wow, that's tough. So it is going to be a Schlurp key. It just depends on which Schlurp it is. Phantom can take the lead back here if he gets a Spania key. Hydraking still has not found the key yet. He's got one more Spania to go. It's not looking good for either of these runners. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate. 2 Schlurp keys. It's just who finds the key first here. and who takes the lead. We'll see. Wow. Wow. Hydraking's getting a last key in this room. This room can be tough. It can just drain time. It can absolutely drain out time. Phantom does get the key, Hydra does as well, and Phantom is going to take the lead because of that. Wow, that is insane. One unfortunate room there for hydraking, and the lead has just completely swapped. Going into 85 here. Dark Boos, Poison Pokies. Poison Pokies are very dangerous, especially being down to 6 HP. Hydraking is gonna have to be a little careful here. Same with these Dark Boos. Does get a nice heal drop though. Any poisonous enemy usually gets a nice heal drop. Gonna take on a couple of these poison pokies here. While Phantom is still trying to find the key. Gets another heal. It might as well, yeah. He's just gonna use it. Hydraking's next level up is like 250, I think. 250k. Phantom is still looking for the 200k level up, which is pretty big in this room because I think it... yeah, I think the Poison Pokies take like 3 hits with Boomer at this level. Man. Yeah, he's just going to use a heal here. Hydraking, however, gets the key and is going to be out first. Phantom, unfortunately, is going to have to take the pipe to get to the top right. That is really unfortunate RNG here. So another lead change. Hydraking is in the lead. Dealing with these Koopa Trolls. Oh, Phantom's poisoned again. He's just going to flip. Drop down to the bottom here. He does get the level up, however. He's just going to use the fresh veggie there. Ooh, nice key for Hydra. Hydra's going to be out, and a full room ahead of Phantom. That is huge. Phantom is in need of a really, really good room here in 86, which he does get! Oh my god! Okay, he gets a first key there. This match is still... it's still close. It's still a room ahead. hydraking got a really nice key there. That is a crazy, crazy room to get for 86. For both of these runners, honestly. Phantom gets the key here. They're going to be in the same room once again. Will we see like a 4th lead change in the span of a minute here? We possibly could. hydraking, these ninjas, will not die. They keep turning into bombs. Who gets the key first in this room? It's going to be Phantom. And he's got the door on the 2nd floor right here, and Phantom is going to take the lead. Unbelievable. But hydraking, no, never mind. You know, they're just going to be tied going in because Hydra just got the key. This run is insane. This is 89. Both of these runners are looking to use their shell shocks here. Just get the level up. Phantom is like a frame away, yeah, from being hit by that enemy there. Just by flipping with the shell shock, you get a really, really nice level up here at the bottom floor. Does get the 250k level up, and does get the key. However, Hydra had a much quicker room there, so he's going to take a little bit of a small lead. But Phantom has caught up on points significantly in that room. That was really, really good for him, because he was struggling on points there compared to hydraking. So we're going into room 91. Last 10 floors, it's anyone's match. hydraking gets a first key here. We'll see if Phantom can also do the same. He does. Flips. Doors on the bottom for both runners. Very nice. 92. Here we go. More ninjas. These 90 rooms are insane. They can be really, really difficult. They can pile on time. Some of them are really easy. Some of them are extremely painful to deal with. These ninjas are just trolling both of these runners right now. Especially hydraking, unfortunately, is having terrible RNG with these ninjas, but he gets the key. So he will... hydraking will be out first, right before Phantom. Phantom's still trying to find the key here. This ninja still turning into a bomb from Phantom. hydraking is on the next room here. Okay, Phantom does get the key. Took a lot of damage in that room, though. That is unfortunate. So hydraking and Phantom, both in the same room once again, 93. This is still anyone's game. Now hydraking has cleared out way more enemies, but still has not found the key. Phantom needs to use a heal. He's down to 2 HP. Gonna hopefully get a quick key. Hydraking does get the key and he's out. Phantom can save a little bit of time if he gets a fast key here. We'll see if he does. Not looking too good for Phantom right now. Okay, he does get the key, so they'll still be on the same room here. Hydraking, though, gets a really nice key in this room. In 94 here. Gonna go on to 95. Like Teddy's saying in chat, 95 is a huge room. There are so many enemies in 95 that this can absolutely call it. Hydraking just chipping away at these enemies, gets a very solid key there for 95. Phantom unfortunately going to have to heal again. Still trying to find the key in this room. Hydraking is on 96. Does get the key. Phantom's going to need a really good 95. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Phantom is going to need a really, really ideal 95 here. We'll see if he gets it. Hydraking is out, heading into 97. Out of 96. If one of these enemies can have the key for Phantom, this might not be terrible. Oh, they do. Okay. Alright. It's not over yet. So, Hydraking is on 97. Hardest room in the game, as we know. Phantom is looking for a really, really fast key here, which he does get, and he's going to be on 97. Okay. They're exactly one room apart. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. That was a really good 96 for Phantom. Gets a really good spawn as well. Hydraking is going to use his Ice Storm here. Phantom also has an Ice Storm. 98 should not be a problem for both these runners unless Hydraking gets bad RNG here, which he does. So he's going to go over to this red chomp. And he doesn't realize, but he actually has another Ice Storm that he can use, but he's going to choose to do the Boomer method, which takes 4 hits. And Phantom, I think, used the wrong item. I think accidentally used the wrong item here. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, you accidentally used the Sleepy Sheep. But Hydraking is going to be out into... Oh my god, the Sleepy Sheep animation. That is so unfortunate. Going to use the Ice Storm. Phantom needs this key here. He needs it bad. Hydraking is in 99. Okay, does get the key. Hydraking does not have the key yet. 99. It's down to 99 in anyone's game. 99 in Ractel. Would you believe it? Hydraking does get the key. Phantom does not. Yeah, unfortunately he's going to have to heal. It's not over yet, but Hydraking is out and into Ractel. Yeah, unfortunately these Magiblots are not being too nice to Phantom. That's just tough RNG there. That's unfortunate. Now, it's not over yet. Hydraking is going to have a nice lead here. Wow, these Magiblots are really just being mean. That's tough. 99. It is not over yet. Hydraking still has a job to do. Both these runners at 10 HP. This boss, Ractail, can do a lot of damage. You never know. You never know what could happen. But certainly, it's looking like Hydraking's match. It is important to note, I don't know if either runner has Fire Burst or not. That could play a role in this. That could play a role. The insane amount of damage that this boss does could also play a role. Hopefully we don't see that happen, but you never know. But yeah, Hydraking looking to have a nice lead so far here. Alright. He's going to get on Ractail. Phantom is going to use a heal here. Yep, Hydraking is going to use... the Fire Burst actually has 2 Fire Bursts. So Hydraking is looking really good. Okay, we'll switch to Peach. Phantom is doing the really scary strat right now, but he's got it. So hydraking just needs to float with Peach here 2 times, and that will do it. And then obviously not get hit. That's another big thing. It's looking pretty good. hydraking with 1 more float with Peach. And that is it. That's GG's. There we go. hydraking with another Losers Bracket victory. The insane run from Losers Round 1 continues all the way into Losers Round 6. Phantom is definitely glad he healed there. He just took 10 damage 2 times in a row. Oh my god, please don't die. I hope Phantom at least finishes out. So many projectiles are flying at him right now. Alrighty. hydraking gets Dashel. Pipe spawns in. And that is GG's. A 132.08 on my timer. It is a 132.10 on hydraking's timer. GG. Incredible run by both of these runners here today. Just an incredible match that we've seen. I'm going to undo the timer there for Phantom, as Phantom is finishing up. Yeah, so that will do it for Losers Semifinals. GG's to hydraking. hydraking will be moving on to Losers Finals. So the Losers Final matchup will occur sometime next week. And hydraking will await the loser of Castle versus Teddy. Just an absolutely crazy run from Phantom. A crazy race from both of these runners. Big shout-outs to Phantom here. Let me be sure to follow both of these runners, honestly. That was absolutely insane. What a tournament match. And that will do it for Phantom, a 133.20. Yep, 133.20 on the race time as well. What a tourney for Phantom. Yeah, absolutely. Phantom, remember, this was a rematch of Winners Round 1. And Phantom lost to Slop in Winners Round 2, but went on to beat Reed, Derek, Stevie, and unfortunately fell to hydraking today. hydraking has made a run from Losers Round 1 all the way into the Losers Final matchup. What a crazy tournament.